There's one thing that really surprised me when the new Scrum Guide came out in late 2020. And I was even more surprised that almost nobody seemed to take notice of it. What it is? I tell you in a moment. Let me first tell you something about this video. In the next couple of weeks, I will post several videos on hidden changes in the Scrum Guide that seem quite relevant to me but almost haven't been addressed. So let's start. The one really surprising thing I was talking about is estimates. The word has been completely removed from the new Scrum Guide. But let me put that into context. I guess most of you do estimating mainly during the refinement process. You try to estimate the complexity of product backlog items using concepts such as t-shirt sizes, planning poker, or some purists among you might even use Fibonacci numbers. You use these numbers, hopefully, to get a better understanding of how much work you can fit into the next sprint. You also, hopefully, do not use them as an indicator for team performance reporting or for comparing the output of different Scrum teams with each other. However, all these different estimation techniques were never mentioned in the Scrum Guide. Nevertheless, the Scrum Guide in its 2017 version mentioned estimating explicitly several times. There are some examples. Product backlog items have the attributes of a description, order, estimate, and value. Product backlog refinement is the act of adding detail, estimates, and order to the items in the product backlog. The development team is responsible for all estimates. As work is performed or completed, the estimated remaining work is updated. In other words, estimation was considered quite an important activity, and it seems that estimates are required to do proper Scrum. That makes it very surprising for me that the word estimate and estimation have been completely removed from the new Scrum Guide. I guess you are having one very important question now. Is it now forbidden to estimate? No, absolutely not. If estimating helps you, you should keep doing it. It is not that everything not included in the Scrum Guide was forbidden. The Scrum Guide is purposefully incomplete and many other common Scrum practices are also not included. However, I guess there is a message behind eliminating estimates from the new Scrum Guide. And this has not only to do with keeping the Scrum Guide a little bit shorter. My guess is that Ken Schwaber and Jeff Sutherland might have a certain inclination towards the no estimates movement and might question if estimating is always beneficial. Many experts from the Agile community actually doubt that estimates add value and also doubt its accuracy. Several studies have found that there is only a very weak correlation between estimates and the actual cycle time of an item. And also my personal observation is that there are more and more Scrum teams that are just stopped using estimation and rather count the numbers of stories they want to pull into a sprint. In that sense, I guess it really means something that estimations have been removed from the new Scrum Guide. Test it. You should critically ask yourself if estimates really add value, if they are accurate, if they increase your ability to properly plan the next sprint, and if you do not abuse them sometimes maybe for purposes they're not meant for. Quite often estimating is simply overestimated.